It's time for news from around the world. And meanwhile in the UK, the founder of WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, can appeal the decision to extradite him to the US. That is according to Britain's High Court, announced in just the last day. So he won the first stage of his effort to overturn a UK ruling that opened the door for his extradition to the US to stand trial on espionage charges. The High Court in London gave Assange permission to appeal the case to the UK Supreme Court, but the Supreme Court must agree to accept the case before it can move forward. So it is not guaranteed. That is why this is just the first step. But for those who don't want to see Julian Assange or anyone working in an area like him being extradited and potentially in prison for the rest of his life, or God knows what happened to him, this is a necessary legal step along the way. It follows 1 year ago, a district court judge in London rejected a US extradition request on the grounds that Assange was likely to kill himself if held under harsh US prison conditions. It's a hell of a system we've got set up here. US authorities later provided assurances the WikiLeaks founder wouldn't face the severe treatment his lawyers said would put his physical and mental health at risk, although they seem to have no problem with millions of other Americans still undergoing that sort of condition on a daily basis. So Francesca, again, this is just an interim step, but it is a step that potentially could see him not being extradited to the US.
Yeah, and I don't think he should be, but I also am like, where is the Biden administration on this? You know, I mean, how long is this gonna go on and prosecuting people under the Espionage Act, for revealing effective war crimes that actually happened under George W. Bush, okay? So like you could easily create, I mean, obviously the right would have a field day. I mean, they would freak out about it, even though WikiLeaks really did like Donald Trump and wanted him to get elected. So there's that. But like, why not? I do think that one of the things that Obama did in the last few days of his presidency was pardoning Chelsea Manning, and that was huge. That was so important. So I would love to see something like that from the Biden administration. I doubt we will see it, but it's just gone on for so long, and it sets a terrible precedent.
Totally, I think the best that we're likely to get out of Biden is not weighing in at all, because otherwise I feel like based on the reactions of the last two administrations to him and other politicians who've weighed in on it, it would be terrible and terrible precedent being set. Yeah, just leave. Like, is this going to go on for literally the rest of our lives? Like constantly, how hot they are to get him, and potentially, of course, not just to get him, but to send a signal to others whom we might agree more, politically with, in terms of which parties they support, which ideologies they support. That is what this really long-term represents to me. It is part of a wider assault against whistleblowers, against secretive, damaging information being leaked. And for that reason, just move on, stop it already. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.